You know, when you watch Toji Fushiguro, his power is just explosive, overwhelming. And all of that starts with his leg strength. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build that same kind of foundation right at home, no equipment needed. Let's dive in.
So you've seen the raw power of the Sorcerer Killer, and you're thinking, how do I get that? Well, it all starts from the ground up, with rock-solid legs.
And here's the best part. You don't need a fancy gym membership or any expensive equipment to do it. This whole routine, it's designed to be done right in your living room, which makes it absolutely perfect for anyone just getting started.
Okay, before we jump into the moves, let's do a quick breakdown of what we're actually working. Think of your legs as having four main engines. You've got your quads right on the front of your thighs, those are your pushing muscles. Then on the back, you have the hamstrings, which help you bend your legs. The glutes, well, that's your powerhouse, your center for strength. And finally, the calves, which are so important for balance. And guess what? We're going to hit every single one of them.
All right, first up, we got to talk about the king of all leg exercises, the classic bodyweight squat. I mean, for a character like Toji, that explosive power he needs for those insane jumps and dodges, it all starts right here.
So let's get the form right, because that's everything. You're going to start by standing straight, feet about shoulder width apart. Now this first part is super important. Push your hips back first, like you're about to sit in a chair. Then you bend your knees to lower your body down. Go as low as you can comfortably, and then boom, drive powerfully right back up to where you started. So what makes the squat so amazing? It's what we call a compound movement. That just means it hits your quads, glutes, and hamstrings all at the same time. Getting all those muscles to fire together, that's the secret sauce for building that deep foundational strength you need for powerful, explosive action.
Okay, next up, we've got the reverse lunge. Think about it. Toji isn't just standing still, right? He's constantly shifting his weight, lunging into attacks. This move is what builds that kind of dynamic single-leg stability. Oh, and a nice little bonus, it's often a bit easier on your knees than regular forward lunges.
Okay, for this one, you're going to start standing nice and tall. Take a big step straight back with one leg and land on the ball of that foot. From there, just lower your hips down until both of your knees are at about a 90-degree angle. Then, the important part, push off that back foot with some power to get right back to the start.
What's great about this move is that it's unilateral, which is just a fancy way of saying it works one leg at a time. This is awesome for improving your balance and, fixing any strength differences you might have between your legs. That kind of stability is absolutely essential when you need to be ready to explode in any direction at a moment's notice.
All right, for our third move, we're taking it down to the floor for the Glute Bridge. You know all that explosive power Toji generates? A huge chunk of that comes from a strong posterior chain. That's all the muscles on the backside of your body. And this exercise, it zooms right in on the engine of that chain, your glutes.
The setup for this is super simple. Just lie on your back, bend your knees, and get your feet flat on the floor about hip width apart. From that position, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips straight up off the floor till your body makes a nice straight line from your shoulders all the way to your knees. Hold it for just a second at the top and then slowly lower yourself back down.
So yeah, the glute bridge hits your glutes and lower back directly. But having strong glutes isn't just about power. It's so important for building hip strength and giving you critical support for your posture. It basically protects your back when you're making all those dynamic movements.
Okay, to finish off our circuit, we absolutely cannot forget about the lower legs. Seriously, Toji's agility, his ability to just change direction on a dime, a lot of that comes from here. So our final move is the simple but super powerful calf raise.
This one's straightforward. Just stand up straight with your feet flat on the floor. Now, slowly press through the balls of your feet and raise your heels up as high as you possibly can. Pause for a beat at the very top, really feel that muscle squeeze, and then slowly lower your heels all the way back to the ground. Now, I know it seems simple, but this exercise is amazing because it directly isolates your calves. And trust me, stronger calves are crucial. They improve your overall balance, your stability, and your explosive power. Just think of them as the launch pads for every single step, jump, and pivot you make. Okay, so we've got our 4 core movements down, but how do we actually turn these exercises into a real workout? Let's take a look at the blueprint. Here's the game plan. You're going to kick things off with 4 sets of bodyweight squats, aiming for somewhere between 12 and 15 reps. After that, you'll move on to 3 sets of reverse lunges. That's 10 to 12 reps on each leg. Then you'll follow that up with 3 sets of glute bridges. again for 12 to 15 reps. And you'll finish strong with 3 sets of calf raises for 15 to 20 reps. And hey, don't forget to rest for about 60 to 90 seconds between each set. You gotta let those muscles recover.
Now, before you jump in, a few super important tips. First, it's all about quality over quantity, always. Keep your movements slow and controlled. Don't just blast through the reps. Really focus on feeling the muscles do the work. And to see the best results, you'll want to aim to do this workout 2, maybe 3 times a week. Look, the difference between getting awesome results and, risking an injury really just comes down to one thing: your form. Slow, controlled movement is what builds real strength. Rushing the exercise, that's what we want to avoid. So please take your time.
At the end of the day, just remember this simple truth. Strong legs build a strong body. Your legs are literally your foundation, so by building them up, you're creating the base for a powerful, capable body overall. Just stay consistent, and I promise the strength will come.
So there you have it. We've broken down the muscles, we've gone through the movements, and we've laid out the entire plan. The only thing left to do now is to get started. So the real question is, are you ready to build your foundation?
Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.